Hi guys, Kate Marshall here from Inked Paper Art. I'm just going to do a quick little preview video of some of the items that came in this week. So we are going to have a live sale on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel, and it also streams to Facebook. So if you're interested in purchasing any antique paper goods, I'm your girl. So on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. we're going to sell all of these items. I have a variety of things this time. So I have ledgers that will be sold whole. I have ledgers that will break out and sell into page packs. I have antique documents. I have antique books. I have a whole bunch of small items, mixed media supplies from France, all different kinds of things. Let's break out some of these ledgers and take a peek into them. I have many of these kind of ledgers that just came in. These are all brand new. You guys haven't seen these yet. There's actually 22 new ledgers coming to you whole on Tuesday. So there's ledgers for every price point, for every person, right? So this one here is laid out a little bit differently than most of the ledgers we're used to seeing. He's got paragraphs of that gorgeous French handwriting we love on one side of the paper. The other side is laid out like that. And he is full of gorgeous writing. You notice lots of ephemera tucked in there. When ephemera comes in the ledgers, I just leave it in there for you guys. There's another one here. There's actually 4 more in that pile there. There are 4 of the landscape format ledgers here. Let me see if I can sneak one of these out of this primitive style book binding here, where they've bound all 4 of these volumes together with like an old belt or an old strap. And so landscape format ledger here, perfect for junk journal makers. Again, there's quite a bit of ephemera tucked in these guys. There's a gorgeous French bookmaker's label up here in the corner. And so he is laid out with an index in the back of him back there. And he's got format landscape. So these are great for folding in half and putting into our junk journals. And his overall size, he's basically 8.5 by 11. I don't have a ruler right here in front of me, but gorgeous, gorgeous ledgers. There's 4 of these ones laid out in the landscape format. So those are available. And I am taking pre-reservations. If you guys want to pre-reserve something, just send me a message on Facebook Messenger. That's the best way to get a hold of me. This guy is a copy of letters book. So in France, businesses often had these copy of letter books, and how they worked is you hand wrote a letter, a business letter, and this is done on onion skin. So it's very, very lightly impressed here with the ink. But all of the pages are numbered up here at the top. And then if I can get one of these separated here, it's onion skin. It's a very, very thin paper, and you can see my hand through it. These are onion skin, handwritten French documents. There's a whole entire book of it, 500 sheets in that guy. Some different ledgers here. Doesn't really have any labels on the front of it. Looks like that inside. It's got ephemera, marbled paper. It's a gorgeous French ledger, full of French handwriting. All of the ledgers are different. They're all laid out in different formats. They all have different kind, fancier or different kinds of script, calligraphy, writing. They're all different, so there is something for everyone as far as ledgers go. And there are 22 whole ledgers coming to you. Then we have an assortment of documents. I got a new collection of French checks in. I also got a new collection of handwritten documents. There's a blotter down there. I have piles and piles. This one has the tax stamps on it, the legal stamp up there at the top, but piles and piles of new documents for you guys. And some of them are going to be sold just as a whole notebook. Like this guy here, he's just like a whole notebook of paper, and it's got gorgeous handwriting all over it, right? So there's a pile of these ones here, and I have several other piles of different kinds of French documents. So we will be doing paper, we'll be doing ledgers, mixed media, small things. This one here is pretty unique, right? Look at that. Something good and something old is in there, right? So what they did, I think, is they reused an old book cover, and they bound all of these volumes of handwritten books in here. So these are all little booklets, right? They're thin little booklets. They all differ in size, and they were all bound in this book cover together, probably to preserve them. These were written by hand in France in the 1700s and 1800s, and these pertain to religious documents, copies of sermons, or someone was writing a sermon. And so there are some printed in the 1700s, like this one here, written in the 1700s, and there are some that are written in the 1600s. And look at that gorgeous handwriting on this thick handmade paper. Back here in the back, we get to the 1600s. And when we get to the 1600s, you'll notice that there are some little bookworms got in here. There's not bookworms in the paper now, but you see the little worm-eaten paper. That's really early paper. It was common on antique documents. There's no worms in here now. They've long been gone, right? But look at that handwriting. It's gorgeous, right? And these are super early. There's a nice, view of the wormholes. But we love this paper. We love this paper for crafting, scanning, turning into digitals, backgrounds, etc. So there are a whole bunch of booklets, and I think I'm going to break these booklets out and sell them individually. But there's a whole bunch of different booklets. I think there's like 30 booklets, handwritten booklets in that one volume alone. Then I have a vellum skin covered little ledger. This guy is so cute. So he is animal skin vellum on the cover, and he has this little flap here that you could wrap around and close your journal with, your ledger with, right? And then this is how he opens up. He's got that and that, and he is such a cute little size. He is smaller than 8.5 by 11. He's probably something close to 7 by 10 or something like that. Lots of ephemera tucked in him. He's written all the way through. He is gorgeous. He's got some purple ink in him, and he's a good thick ledger with lots of ephemera. Goodness. And so he will be available, printed in or written in the 1800s. I keep saying printed. I've done several videos today. This right here is a folio of antique music scores. So this is handwritten music during this time, and this is written on super thick, lovely handmade paper. And so if you look close, there's music and lyrics that are all handwritten. There's some on the robin's egg blue paper. There's some that look more grungy, like these ones here in the front. We get back here to the back, and we get some gorgeous handwritten music on that rag paper, our favorite kind of paper. And this paper, because it was used for music scores, is really, really thick and gorgeous. So I'm going to break this out and sell this into packs. It's kind of just like folios right now as it is. So I'm going to break that out and sell it into packs. This is all handwritten. This is gorgeous, right? Gorgeous handwritten music in here. Some printing here back in the back. This is early printing, really early printing. Yeah, so gorgeous handwritten music here on rag paper. We're going to sell that into packs. And we'll sell this gorgeous handwritten, this is also vellum animal skin. We'll sell this cover also. He will make a gorgeous book. We've got some of the marble covered ledgers. These ones have a little bit of ephemera in them, a little hotel advertisement. And this one is written like this. So ledgers of all different kinds, all different shapes, sizes, all different manner of page layout, paper content, handwriting styles. I also have an entire collection of antique mulberry paper from China and from Japan, actually. Antique documents written on mulberry paper. And these are becoming really quite popular. Lots of people are collecting them and using them in their artwork as collage, scanning them and making digitals. But these are antique documents, and we will have a collection of these available. There's many little booklets. There's even some ledgers written in Japanese and Chinese. There's different little pieces of ephemera. This is an example of one of the ledgers, right? So inside you've got ledger pages written in Japanese, I think this one. I'll have to double check, but there's Chinese and Japanese in here, and there is a collection of documents, right? And so as I go through this pile, you'll just get an idea. Many of them. These are getting really hard to find because these are antique, right? And so we will deal with some of these on Tuesday. I know that you guys like things in different languages, and I do too, so we'll get those done. And I also have some larger ledgers too. They're over here on the wall behind me. They're too heavy to put up on the table, plus the table was full. So I have something very special to show you guys. So see these labels here on the front and on the spines of the ledgers? If you look at those more closely, they're red leather labels with gold, right? They're gorgeous. And so all of these red boxes, looks like Hogwarts wand boxes, right? These boxes are full of ledger labels. These are all French ledger labels. Having a little trouble one-handedly getting this open. All French ledger labels. So we will do sets of vintage ledger labels. And these, right, they're exactly the same as these ones. They would go right there on your ledger. So because we make journals, and in France, ledgers are called journals. So that's the word they use for that. And so when we make our ledgers or our journals, we will be able to use these labels on them. So I will be breaking these out. There is, you know, a good selection of labels, and in each box there are different labels with different sayings on them. And then these little labels here, right, because there's the big size and then there's the little ones. The little ones actually go on the spines of the journals, of the ledgers. So yeah, we'll do ledger labels, we'll do ledgers, we'll do documents, we'll get to the Asian and Chinese mulberry paper documents. We have a ton of antique books. I have all of the small mixed media items. There's small little trinkets and collectibles. So we'll get to all of that on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope that you guys will pop on over and join me. I will be doing a special giveaway, and I also have some other surprises that I'm not showing you guys until we're live. Hopefully you guys will come over and hang out with me. See you soon. Bye.